bright and early. We're gonna bring you on a court call on this episode of Unbillable. Oh, you're like, we're open, this is it. I wish there was like some awesome security roll-up. I could like give you some dramatic entrance. So, yesterday after I left the office, how do I say this for the vlog? I gotta be careful. I mean, this whole episode is gonna be very delicate with attorney-client privilege because, like, for example, when we go on the court call, although the court proceedings are public, because we're doing it in my office, you know, I'll probably have you just like, you know, slap the redacted, the unbillable thing across my mouth or bleep it out or whatever. We'll figure something out. Fast forward through it, whatever. But what I wanted to get into right now was after I left the office, after hours, after we're closed, I'm probably home eating dinner at this time last night, somebody came to the office who was referred by another client whose case is like just wrapping up. And I think they have similar, if not the same exact problem. And so it's kind of interesting how that happens. Like, you do a good job for one person and then they tell other people about your services, and that is by far the best way to grow your business. A law practice, definitely, but I don't even know what you're doing out there, unBILLYs, and I can tell you right now, that's the best way to grow your business, is to do a good job for someone else so that they tell people how great you are. I try to tell people, instead of being clients, I want you to be cheerleaders. I want it to be like hard for you to not jump out of your chair and say like, I know a lawyer. Like when somebody in a room's like, does anybody know a lawyer? I want my, like, I say former clients, but you know, the cheerleaders, I want them to like fire in their seat. I know a guy. And I mean, so the only way to really make that happen is to actually do an outstanding job so that people have that kind of, it's like they want to repay you, like they owe you one in a weird way because you did a good job for them. So I gotta be careful here. The first case isn't even quite over yet, but it's a good sign that they're already referring other people to me, and quite frankly, there's no compliment better than when someone sends their friends or their colleagues or people they know to you. It's like, that is the ultimate in a vote of confidence, 5-star review, whatever. I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Your court call or court conference operator will be with you momentarily.
Here goes nothing.
Please ensure that you...
All right, so right now I've given my name and information to the court call operator who is checking in all the people on the telephone with the court clerk. So far, I know my matter is on page 1 of the calendar. That doesn't really tell me anything other than I'm on the first page. Hopefully if the judge starts with the first page, it means I'll be earlier than later in the order that the cases are called, but I'm not 100% convinced that the page numbering follows the order the court calls the cases. It's going to be the judge. Call what you want to hear in whatever order you want to hear. Thank you, Your Honor. That's it? Yep. All right, so I just wrapped up court call, spent 1 hour and 24 minutes on the phone with the court. I would say the actual hearing took about 6 minutes. Look, I don't really like the court call system because I think that a lot of work gets done better when you see each other face to face. However, Riverside is a large county. They've started moving all of our case management hearings to the Riverside main courthouse. This courthouse is about an hour drive from where I am. So I don't want to bite the court call hand, right? I appreciate the fact that I don't have to get up and actually drive the 1 hour for the court. I'd have to still sit there for the same amount of time. My hearing would still take the same amount of time. So like, I can't blame court call or the system of calling in for the fact that I have to wait on hold for a while, or the fact that my hearing doesn't take too much time, or especially for whatever ruling the judge makes, right? Those are way out of the hands of court call. However, I'm not convinced that this is what's best for the clients. Like when it comes to efficiency, it's like the court system has so many filings, right? There's so many lawsuits being filed. They have to have some means to push the cases out. They have to have some means to push the cases to trial, and I totally understand that. However, the belief that ramming all cases to trial as soon as possible is going to be the means by which everything resolves doesn't exactly work. And so I question question the use of the term efficiency. Is it more efficient to make the appearance by telephone so I don't have to get up and go there? Like, for example, I had a case in San Luis Obispo. All right, that's more than driving distance, if you will, away from here. So, yes, court call is a fantastic option when your other choice is you have nothing but to physically go to the courthouse. So, like, again, I don't want to totally bite the hand that feeds me. However, there's only one business, one mechanism by which you can appear by telephone. It's court call. If things go poorly with your connection or with anything on the telephone, it's basically on you. You have no recourse. There's no way to have the judge reconsider, no way to have, court call say, hey, our system messed up. I mean, you're kind of stuck on your own if it doesn't work. And generally speaking, I think when the lawyers see one another, you tend to kind of make more ground in resolution or figuring out the pros and cons of your case, or more importantly, I don't know what to say, more importantly, equally as importantly, the pros and cons of someone else's case. So I guess this is my way of saying the pros and cons of court call. The pros, no tie, no jacket, no drive. The cons, followed by a very brief hearing, right? Like, there's got to be a better way. Do I know what the better way is? I don't know what it is right now. Do I hope someone out there is working on one? I definitely do. I don't want to say I don't like court call. It's better than nothing. It's not the best. We can improve it. The courts can do better. And we need to really, really make sure that our goal as a legal system is not efficiency. I mean, efficiency can't be the ultimate goal. It's got to be justice. And if there's too many people and too many filings, then we need more judges. We need more courtrooms. And if we can't afford it, we need to fix that, not jam the cases through harder. I hope none of the judges punish me for talking about this on my vlog. I mean, I don't even know if the judges watch this stuff. If you do, welcome to the internet. I'm just kidding. But more importantly, let me say this. I was in the grocery store the other day. I got to wrap up with something different. I was in the grocery store the other day, and there is a ridiculous number of Oreos at this point. There are so many Oreos, it's out of control. If you're okay with that, put it in the comments below, but just hear me out for a second. I saw regular Oreos. I saw carrot cake Oreos, red velvet Oreos. I saw double stuff. It's too many Oreos. Oreo, you got a good thing, don't mess with it. And with that, send me some Oreos if you're watching this. There's no way you're watching this. Hopefully there's no way the judges are going to get mad at me. And I'm risking everything for the vlog. But more importantly, if you notice something with this episode, there's a couple different edges where we tried to film the court call, what happened right when I first walked in. And if you notice, there's this limitation based on attorney-client privilege, and we're definitely running into it here today, and that's okay. The most important thing, in many regards, is making sure clients have confidence that their information and their details are not being just kind of broadcast at every cocktail party you go to or every vlog that you make. And so this is my way of saying, hey, look, lawyers, you can do something like this also without kind of exposing everything. A lot of times I think some of us hide behind, I can't talk about it because of attorney-client, for two reasons. Number one, that we don't have to talk about it. And number two, it sounds way cooler than just saying blah, 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 blah. It's oh, sorry, attorney-client privilege, I can't talk about that. I mean, let's be honest, you think that's pretty cool. And with that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications, and tune in to the next episode and all the episodes and past episodes of Unbillable. Thanks.